Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Highcast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
I swear I thought it... I'm sorry, I froze for a second because I swear to God a train was going by.
I was like,
but there's no train tracks near my house. I don't know what that noise was.
That's not good.
Perhaps it was a phantom train.
Could be a ghost train.
Could be a ghost train. That's always a possibility. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We're another episode of STRIKEcast!
STRIKEcast!
The show where we get hyped about stuff and things. I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I'm your other co-host, David Bell.
Silence. Okay. Yeah. All right. Then I'll go. Hey, everyone. Michael Swaim is here. So STRIKEcast is carrying on the Hypecast tradition of just throwing the guest in. Great.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
You know,
We didn't change a thing.
Yeah.
That will never change.
I don't know if you guys kept in the part about the ghost train, but I think I was caught off guard because I was so busy imagining like a train with a sheet over it going boo, boo. You know, that's the horn.
Yeah.
I was like working that bit up.
Yeah, played by Casey
Thanks
Affleck.
for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on.
Fucking justice.
What?
Fucking justice. Strike. It's for STRIKEcast. I'm trying to bring that energy.
Good. Yeah. Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Fuck everything.
Fuck
this is also in the strike coverage is the first time I've heard some people call him Bob Iger. Is it Iger?
If it is, I'm going to call him whatever he doesn't want to be called.
I've been saying
so if it's
Jif.
Iger, yeah, I'm going to say Iger. If he's like, actually, it is Iger, I'm going to call him Iger.
Igor, yeah.
Bobby
Igor.
Jizz. Let's call him Bobby Jizz.
Bobby Jizz, yeah, he'll
I'll
love
go
that.
in with you on that, sure.
Okay, cool. Michael, thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you.
Before we get started, you should tell people stuff. What's going on? What's something you want to share? Like a plug? Like if you had to plug something into something else.
Yeah.
It's so hard to even throw my mental self into that space, but I'll try. Patreon.com/smallbeans is where you find all our podcasting stuff. And there's a lot of stuff. There's free stuff. You just search for Small Beans. There's stuff that's not free. It might be better than the free stuff. I don't know. It's a secret. You have to go to patreon.com/smallbeans to find out. The only other big thing I got going on that I want to plug at the moment is this movie we're working on called Papa Bear. You can find out more about that over at patreon.com/smallbeans, whether you give us money or not. And there's nothing to do about that now. I just like talking about it because it's exciting.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a sister project to Father Stew, I want to say. You guys remember Father Stew?
I remember the motion
thinking
picture
of
Father Stew.
Ted. What is Father Stew?
I don't know. I never saw it. It was a Mark Wahlberg movie
It's
about
the inspirational
the
story of two
Wahlberg.
racists.
Yeah.
No, everybody check that out. It's I love them beans. I listen to the beans every day if I can.
Every day. I fill my ears with beans.
Ear beans. Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's always great to have you guys on.
Yeah.
And
it really
vice
is.
versa. Yeah.
And how's everybody doing?
Check out our collabs, Spiel Boys, Inside Dads, Star Trek The Next Futurama. More in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So excited for more Inside Dads.
Well, someone was just pointing out something I assumed and will now say on the record is that we haven't done the Tom and I match. Tom and I have to find out what's the thing that we uniquely are interested in. Our Venn
that's
diagram,
true.
Which we will someday, I'm sure.
Yeah, there must be something else.
I'm in a Batman. I don't know if you're in a Batman, but let me know.
I dabble.
All right.
Speaking of Inside Dads, there will be more soon.
Sweet.
That's why I brought it up. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I saw that on the calendar today. I was like,
Yeah, I think that's a next month project, but I am excited for that.
Oh boy.
You made the Tim Allen noise, which is the proper noise.
You guys could do the Home Improvement movie if such a thing existed as an Inside Dads.
God, that doesn't exist,
Man, I
does
think,
it?
but like the Santa Claus kind of, does that count as
Yes,
a dad
in a
movie
way.
because it's
Yeah,
Tim Allen?
I think the first one.
Yeah.
You watch
the
2
dad
hours
dream.
worth of Home
It's
Improvement.
also it's about being divorced too.
It's a bit, but also you kill another man and you are Santa Claus, which is a dad.
You inherit all of his power and property, and that's those are dad rules.
That might be the kids' film version of a dad movie. Now that you guys mention it, because we try to do all the genres.
One day you'll get fat and grow a fuck off beard. Fuck you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Fuck. I haven't seen that movie. It doesn't matter. Should we
It's
just
not
talk
a bad
about
movie.
Santa Claus?
It's not a bad film.
It really isn't a bad movie.
I don't
enjoy
think it will
quite a
benefit
bit.
anyone, any evil CEOs, for us to promote the Santa Claus. So sure.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, we're
1994's The Santa Claus out now.
Check it out.
Until they remove it. Until
We're
it's
not-
gone.
Yeah, till it's pulled off of whatever fucking platform it's on.
Hell.
Hell. We're not doing like 90s trailers this time. We're actually doing a I mean, you guys are aware. I don't know why you would act surprised, but we're doing a more hype episode, right? Is that what this is?
Yeah, Dave.
I just sort of went rogue.
Dave went rogue and made an "Oops, all movies that deserve more hype" episode. So every single trailer this week is a movie that deserves more hype,
and
the
one
thing
that has
unites
plenty
them
of hype.
is You don't feel guilty talking about them.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever I do movies that deserve more hype, I go through certain lists that are on the internet, and I have like a few like searches that I do, and there's always all these fucking movies, and only one can be crowned.
So many
like
movies,
one is
Dave.
my princess, of the week.
Only one
So,
can live.
Exactly. So I just grabbed them all. I grabbed all the things that I saw that are like
Gotta hype them all.
Yeah, they're not necessarily movies that I want to see either. For the record, they're just movies that I'm like, oh, this has like 1,000 fucking views, and is from a small
I see.
company.
So not quite "Oops, all hype" this week.
I mean, they're all kind of neat.
Well,
like
there
I
seem to
don't,
be two
I don't
buckets,
hate a lot
right?
of these. Yeah,
It's that or the reverse. So you seem to go for this has barely any views, and I think it deserves a little more. It's at least interesting. Or this has millions and millions of views. How come I haven't heard of this? What is this?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a few of those too.
There is a few of those, and they're all there's some stuff from other countries here. I'm pretty sure all of these aren't associated with struck companies, or at least not yet until they get like some sort of distribution deal. Who knows? I tried my best, folks. That's what matters, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can do, Dave. In the end, is try your best.
Exactly. I'm real good.
We'll all end up bones in the dust anyway.
That's true. We are all gonna die.
Yeah. So it's fine, really.
Speaking of out of touch, can I just tell a quick out of touch story?
Yeah.
I had to Google today, or like I had for some reason, because my friend went to the show last night, to go on Taylor Swift's social media page and see that she has 95 million followers or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. And I look into her. I'm like, oh, she's very popular. What's her song? And it's, oh, Shake It Off. And I have to listen to it. I'm like, how fucking out of touch am I that I don't know all this shit already?
No, I'm right there with you.
Humbling.
Like, I think I could approximate, like, if someone if I heard a bunch of songs on the radio, I probably could single out the one that's Taylor Swift, I think. But yeah, I don't know.
And she's like God to half of the
Oh,
globe.
yeah. She could have us all killed.
Right, easily.
Yeah, in public. She could kill us. She could do the Trump thing.
Mm-hmm.
She could kill us all in the
God,
middle of
if
the street. And people would be like, well, they probably did something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'd be pissed that it was a Trump reference. They'd be like, that's sus. But otherwise,
We should probably name some producers. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can. Well, dang. Big thank you to @NerdNumbers. Thank you very much. Thank you to Zero Charisma.
Thank you.
Thank you to Aaron Burr, sir. Thank you.
you.
Thank you to AJ. Thank you. Thank you to Andrew. How deck the halls with blood.
Thank you.
Thank you to Asking Seven.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Bob Grenville.
Thank you.
Thank you to Bootler Boodleson.
Hey, thanks.
You.
Let me swoop in here. Thank you to Brian, who Tom knows.
Thank
you
you.
to Brockway loves the Meat Millie.
Thank
you to Burrito wants you to drink water, hit the gym, and do the ska because they loves y'all.
I will.
Thank you to Chester's Prophet.
Thank you.
Thank you to Christopher Robert Sparts, Esquire.
Thanks.
Thank you to Dan Hackroyd.
Thank you.
Thank you to Davey, the ghost of East Las Vegas, Francis.
Thank you.
And thank you to David Knife Boot Henson. Knife
Boot. Knife boot, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I got weird.
We should get
today.
knife boots.
Yeah.
Why don't we have knife
Today.
boots yet?
Yeah.
We
Why
should.
don't we sell knife boots in our store?
Hold on. I'm googling knife.
You
boot
got to the question
for
that grabbed my
sale.
interest. At first, I wasn't invested, but yes, sell that.
Now we need to sell knife.
Now
knife.
it's real to me.
Is the
now.
plural knife beat?
Yeah, knife beat.
Knife beat?
I think it's knife's boot, like passersby.
Knives boot.
Knives boot.
Knife's boot.
I'll
It,
take a dozen knives boot for me and my kids.
So it looks like it might be pretty illegal to sell, but that
Damn.
wouldn't stop us. I'm
Everything
not seeing any
cool
knife
is
boot.
illegal.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Can we sell fireworks?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
see
think
no problem with that.
Swolefield is officially listed by The Hague as a war crime, but you guys do that. So.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's true.
I'd like to see them try and stop us.
I mean, Swolefield's on our side. What are you gonna do?
Okay, we have a trailer. This trailer has 25 million views.
Yeah.
And so you might ask, well, wait a second. How is that deserving of more hype? How is that small? Well, this is out of India. This is Kalki 2898 AD. This is this is a fucking Bollywood or Bollywood adjacent film. I've never heard of this director. It's not like the RRR guy. What is his name? S.S. Rajamouli.
Mm-hmm.
It's not him, but it does star Bahubali.
Yeah, the guy
actor
from
who played
Bahubali.
Yeah. This is like their Dune, right? Like this is Dune.
It looks kind of like Dune-ish, yeah.
It's a little Dooney, but I'm assuming people will dance and it'll be awesome.
I thought more their Guardians of the Galaxy vibe.
It felt darker than that. Sorry.
I hope so. I hope it's a sci-fi epic because I love nothing more than a new sci-fi or fantasy IP, especially one rooted in a different culture, because you can't get more like exciting, like, oh, I haven't seen that before because all my shit is Arthurian legends and your shit's different. Bring that shit in. I want to see, what do you do with that? So yeah, I was super excited that there's like new designs of laser guns and spaceships and all kinds of just different sci-fi stuff. But I guess I got big Marvel vibes. Did you not think there was any like superhero?
No, there's some superhero
like
aspects.
Kalki is some kind of
a little bit, yeah. I felt more the
I hope
sci-fi
it's more
epic
Dune
vibes.
and less Marvel.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it gave us multiple vibes because I don't think it's trying to be anything. It's not like an asylum film, right? It's not a knockoff. It's its own thing, but it's definitely like.
It looks like a big sprawling sci-fi epic.
Yeah, it apparently, according to IMDb, it is the story of a modern-day avatar of Vishnu, a Hindu god who is believed to have descended to Earth to protect the world from evil forces. So that's pretty rad.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty sweet.
It's just Vishnu beating people
what if
up.
Gritty Vishnu in the future, and he's got to take care of business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It looks like a lot of fun.
So I guess I'll just say everything I like about it is like, the uniqueness and an exercise in imagination and stuff I haven't seen before. But my only concern from it was I do think this film is aware of the template of the modern big billion-dollar blockbuster.
Of course.
I mean, you could just the way it looks is not unaware of Marvel stuff, and I hope it stays its own thing and didn't go too global. But like when you make a movie that costs $1 billion and needs to make $1 billion, you often go global and broad, right?
It's funny how like I'm wondering what's going to happen after RRR because there's definitely been like RR was a sensation, right? That
And by not catering to American taste,
Exactly.
by just doing what it did. Yeah.
but it sort of automatically catered to American taste because we watch it and we're like, this is fucking awesome.
Being
but it's
objectively awesome is not catering.
yeah, that's true. And I'm hoping I hope they don't learn the wrong lessons. Is kind of what you're saying too, right? Where it's like they're like, okay, let's ramp it up and let's make it more American. I like to hope they won't. And this was probably in production, honestly, probably before RR's success. I don't know. I don't actually know there. I assume they've been working on it for a while, and there was the pandemic. Probably delayed
it looks like it took a little bit of work.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
A little bit of time.
There's some guys involved,
Yeah.
trucks and such.
I think this is going to be awesome. I'm not familiar enough with this director because that's the other thing is like RRR was also a product of that director, right?
Right,
Who
and
continuously does awesome fucking things. If people haven't seen their other films, go watch Bahubali 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Go watch Iga. Fucking, they're.
Oh, I didn't know Iga's the same guy.
Yeah.
I've seen Iga.
Iga's the same guy?
I believe so. I'll double check, but I'm almost certain. Yeah, me and Tom, someone. Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. That's what I mean. Is like it's like
Man, you guys got to watch Iga if you
it's
haven't
kind
watched
of
it.
SS Rajamouli. It's kind of that person who is the
Right.
reason,
He
like,
just
for all this
fucking rules.
awesomeness. Yeah, which isn't to say that other,
No, of course not.
you know, yeah, but that's all. Like, I would say this looks awesome, but it's probably not going to be that level of awesome. I mean, maybe it will.
I don't
but
know.
I like to imagine him on set. All right, so I'm going to say action and just do it fucking awesome.
Yeah,
What's
just-
my motivation? You're trying to be fucking
You're trying to be the
Go big and
awesomest
just
dude.
Be awesome, dude.
Someone's like,
Okay, you got it.
They're like-
You're the boss.
They're like, one of the actors in between, he's like, I feel like I should be like less awesome for this scene. And the director just punches a
Walk
wall.
with me,
Yeah.
walk with me. Yeah.
Slaps him right on the cheek. Don't ever say that. Don't ever betray your gift.
Yeah.
Now we're best friends.
Get out there and be awesome as shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, this still looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm into it.
All right. We're all into it then. Let's go to the next one. This is Hostile Dimensions.
I'm into this one too, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. This is a teaser, folks, but I would if like I'm getting the Outwaters vibes a little bit, but
Yeah.
it seems like it's more the Outwaters. It's not really a multiverse. This feels like it's going to a lot of places. This is a found footage multiverse film. It's about two journalists looking for a missing person, I believe,
Yeah.
and they start going through, and you kind of it's like a 30-second teaser, but they're going through like. There's one where there's like a giant finger coming out.
Right, there's a door, and like you go through
Yeah.
the door, and it's different worlds. They fall through a door and land in some water. There's a giant finger that's kind of like poking out and like poking a little dude in the face. It looks
Yeah, and there's some Michelle like Gondry charm,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
because all the effects, you're like, you can tell that they're like creatively. Oh, if we did this, we could cheaply do giant finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like friends having fun, trying to punch above their weight with their budget. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah,
Charming. Very charming. And premise where I'd buy it. Like if I was a suit and someone's like it'll only cost this much because it's found footage. Multiverse. Oh, good. Yeah. We haven't hybridized that yet, or at least I can't remember a good one. So go for it.
yeah. I think the multiverse like plus horror, we've yet to like completely mine that. And that's why, like, the Outwaters was one of those, and I that wasn't that multiverse. This feels more into it.
Right.
yeah.
This is
Outwaters
actually
is
coming
more
out next month.
Lovecraftian.
Coherence was super low budget,
Yeah.
but this is specifically found footage, which I just haven't seen.
Oh yeah, Coherence was great. I really like the multiverse, small scale multiverse. Is such a cool combination. Yeah.
Did you guys see the Duplass Brothers one where it was just about I forget what it's, The One I Love, I think, where it's just
No.
about your perfect partner exists in that house, and like are you gonna stay with your real partner or leave for the perfect idealized version of them? Good.
Oh,
creepy
that's
multiverse,
cool.
Small budget thing.
Did you
yeah.
ever see Another Earth? I know Tom's seen that. That's
Nope,
a really
but
neat one.
I pitched a sci-fi premise on Twitter. I'm gonna call it Twitter, and people told me that's just another Earth premise, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Another Earth.
I'll check
it's
that
kind
out.
of heavy, but it's the idea of literally just another Earth shows up in the sky, and it turns out to be an alternate Earth. That's all from the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. But it's a cool idea, and yeah, this looks cool. This was one where I was definitely like, oh, this could be a more hype. Like I've had this kind of on a list for a couple weeks, looking to plug it in.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. I wish there was. Right now. I'm like, I want a longer trailer. That's what I really want. But it turns out this is coming out this month.
I don't think I need a longer trailer. Like, I know what the premise is, and I've seen the proof of concept of what the movie will presumably be like. So I'm into it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, coming out August 26th.
I feel
Lord knows how it's going to come out. It might just be.
Oh man, yeah. Who knows? But
it says the UK. What's that?
The UK.
So like the UK, is that
the
a fake country?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a shame.
No, it's a seasonal troll. You leave food out for him, and he leaves you gifts.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, it's coming out in Fright Fest, so it's out, but not it's festival out right now.
Yeah, I feel like knowing anything more about. I feel like this movie is going to be one of those situations where it's better the less you know going in.
That's true.
So,
my final thought is Hostile Dimension sounds like a '90s TV show
or a band.
Or a band, yeah.
Or a light gun arcade game.
To
me, that you like play while you're waiting for your pizza.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yep, right next to Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oh, that was a great game.
It's pretty sweet.
Did you guys? What's the cop one? You guys know which one I'm
Lethal
talking
Enforcers.
Police Trainer?
Lethal. I think Lethal Enforcers.
Lethal Enforcers.
I mean, I was a Lethal Enforcers too because I'm a cowboy.
Oh yeah,
I'm a cowboy.
One of the best days of my life. My entire life, and I bet I told this story before. Is I went to Dream Machine, that was the arcade at the mall. I was maybe 11, 12, and the Lethal Enforcers was broken and giving out free games, infinitely free games, and that was it. That was my day.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah. We were just all the kids around it like buzzards, just having a great fucking day.
Hell yeah, Lethal Enforcers is a great game.
It is.
Just blasting people in public.
Yeah. Virtual Cop was also pretty fun.
Virtual Cop is awesome, yeah.
The later one, yeah.
House of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
What was the one? Oh, Time Crisis, where you had the pedal.
Yeah, Time Crisis.
That was dope.
The shit. Guns and games. Let's talk about this next thing. Unidentified. This is, where is this?
It's kind of got the, it's sort of like Destiny 2 / speaking of Dune, it almost looks like the Dune ship. It's just what if there was a big ball in the sky?
Yeah, I like the look of it.
Speaking of another Earth also, but there's aliens in there, but they won't talk to you and they won't come out and they're just there. It's kind of like if you're a Voyager fan, the episode Blink of an Eye, where Voyager is stuck overhead for millions of years in the course of a planet's history.
Yeah, this is out of South Korea. This is a hard one to Google because it's called Unidentified, but there's a million. Even if you do Unidentified UFO, that's like there's like a Fox special called that. You know what I mean? But this is technically 2022. Yeah, and it takes place in the 90s, or it starts in the 90s, where every major city has a fucking big old Death Star floating over it, and it just sits there. And the movie takes place.
They don't zap.
Yeah, they don't do shit. We can't get in them, I assume. And then it's 29 years later, rather, and it's just people, what the world is like, and I guess there's a rumor that some of the people are now aliens, and so it's like,
as there would be, whether it's true or not. There would absolutely be that question.
Right, where it's like, are aliens walking among us? And it seems more like it's a sci-fi drama. It doesn't seem like it's a thriller. Like it's not, oh my god, any one of us could be aliens.
The trailer was hard for me to get. I'm not sure about this one because I don't really know what the movie is. It presents the premise, this world where there's just UFOs that chilling out in the sky, but then that's kind of it. It doesn't really let you know what the movie's going to be.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Monsters, the movie that put Gareth Edwards on the map, where it's like it's taking a sci-fi element and then telling like a more personal, dramatic story. That's my feeling. And
or like Arrival.
Yeah.
Like it might just be like, and how did that affect human culture? Here's an interesting meditation on that. I didn't get scared from it. if that is the intent. I think it's like meditative.
I think it's going to be just like a couple people on the street. Like I think the idea will be like, if the aliens walk among us, what do they think of us? Like I think that's going to be the question, not like.
Or the trailer's misleading and they like feed on human tracheas and it's like a brutal.
Bill Pullman shows up and blows them all up. Yeah.
Just a bunch of just giant balls.
This will be our Valentine's Day.
No,
it turns out they're giant spheres full of throat ripping aliens the whole time.
Yeah.
Just ripping throats.
There, it's like a piñata full of predators, boy.
All right, so it looks like that's interesting. I think it has to do with a bunch of things, normalizations, like because they're saying, like the storyline I'm reading is that there's a rumor going around called alien mind control syndrome, which posits that some people who look like ordinary humans are actually aliens. At night, these people dream memories from their home planet. The dreams are so vivid that they consider these memories more real than their life on Earth, which is a whole fucking idea there. And like, I'm not even sure that means that the people who are aliens know they are aliens necessarily. It sounds like it's playing with a lot of ideas.
So very lofty sci-fi metaphysics kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this either, but I really want to see it based on...
I like shit like that.
I like the look of this. I always love it when they're like... When they take an alien ship and make it look truly alien. Like this is, I mean, this is just a fucking Death Star.
Right, but it's inscrutable. Like it's...
Yeah.
It's just a big sphere. It really does look like the Traveler in Destiny, like what Mike was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Just a little gray. Yeah.
It's no moon, you know?
Nope. Sure isn't.
But it looks cool. People should check this one out.
Yeah, it's quite an offer, and I'm definitely interested in it for sure.
Yeah. As am I. Any other thoughts on this?
No.
The next one is also a title that there's a million of. This is Deliver Us.
Yeah.
True, and it sounds aggressively generic when you just say those words, but I will say, after you elucidate the premise, you're like, okay, it's at least a pun that works on that level.
Right,
it
earns this title.
It definitely does. And this is one that I don't know about you guys. I got vibes that this isn't going to be one of the million evil possession devil movies called Deliver Us.
This actually seems like it might be kind of good.
Yeah.
Or at least interesting.
Yeah, it's about a nun who claims that she gets an immaculate conception of twins. And she says that the twins are talking to her. And she realizes that one is the Antichrist, one is the Messiah, essentially. And then like a bunch of freaky shit happens.
Yeah.
She parlays that into an influencer career, and we sort of follow that. No. I do want to say why I'm worried.
Sure.
Because by the end of the premise, or by the end of the trailer, I was like, oh, the title does work. Premise is one shade more clever than XYZ, whatever you want to say, the Pope's Exorcist or whatever fairly generic, like religious gothic horror thing has come out recently. I will say the 3 scares that they showcased were like naked person you can barely see walks by, someone's behind you in the mirror, and the lights start strobing.
But there's
not great.
Not super
not
promising
great,
scares.
The vibes, I think what it is, there's a few things. Also, did you notice in one shot is fucking, oh my God, this is embarrassing that I don't Julian Bashar's in this. Bashir, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Alex
he's in this.
I did. We went by so fast. I was like, is that him? He's the one going breathe in, breathe out, I think, or helping deliver the baby.
He's a cardinal in this. The things that like popped out was some of the imagery, like they made it like their poster, which is kind of like, don't. But like the cross in the ice looked neat. There was some like neat imagery in it that looked a bit unique. That it really does. It really could go either way. It really could, based on this trailer. There's just like kind of a creepy vibe in the cinematography and the lighting where I'm like, feels like this was made with care.
Yeah.
And it's not just a cynical like, it's a possession movie.
Yeah. And if they were clever enough to come up with a concept, which I do think is clever and has legs, then I hope they're clever enough to pay it off. So
100%.
maybe they're just reserving the best shit.
For
hopefully.
sure. But yeah, it's either way, it's probably gonna fucking just join the crowd of Deliver Us. There's Deliver Us
Oh,
from
yeah.
Evil. There's multiple Deliver Us from Evil films.
Yeah.
There's one called Deliver Us from Eva. Oh, hold on. Sorry. There is 1, 2, 3 Deliver Us from Evils. And then I guess Stand and Deliver. That doesn't count.
No.
Deliver by Christmas.
I don't think anyone
Deliverance.
ever mixed those up.
Stand and Deliver Us from Evil by Christmas. Yeah.
Deliverance. That's
Yeah,
sort of.
the nun in the movie gives birth to Edward James Olmos.
Squeal like
Yeah.
the devil. Yeah.
Point is, when you like just on IMDb search "Deliver Us," it's like way down. Oh yeah, there's already.
It's like, oh, what do you want?
Yeah,
We
there's a
got lot of
19.
that, dude.
There's
What
a
do you want?
1971. Don't deliver us from evil. All right, there.
That's a curveball.
And then-
Yeah.
That's not
There's
what
a
I would have
2000
expected.
Yeah.
There's like a screwball Rodney Dangerfield Deliver Us. There's Deliver Us of any kind.
There's a 2019 Deliver Us.
Dwarf on Delivering Us.
It's a show. There's a show called Deliver Us. I don't know. You get the point. There's a lot of this. So this, I don't know.
I don't think they
I
do,
wish them
Dave.
the
I think you
best.
should keep going.
Okay.
I think you should
Hold
keep
on.
reading more.
Deliver. I bet you Deliverance.
No,
let me
let's
just-
move on. Let's move on.
Okay. Okay, fine. What's next? Traitor. This is also really this name. Like, come on, Traitor. That's a hard one.
Yeah. Well, we got a run of these. The next
Yeah.
one too. But then I gotta say, we close out the show with two things that are like, yeah, you Google that,
Two
you'll
top
find that.
shelf
That's true.
titles. Yeah, at the end of
Very
the, at the, end of the
Yeah,
talk today.
SEO plays.
Yeah.
But right now we're talking Trader, TRADE.
Yeah,
Stock market
half of the grocery
trader.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, I believe, just one actress in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it from the
Yeah.
trailer, yeah. And they redress the room, you know. She has hallucinations, drugs, sleep deprivation. So you redress the room just 1,000 different ways.
Yeah,
It's one of those.
she's a scammer, but she's doing like stock market trading, and she's in this basement apartment, and she's some sort of a sociopath, it seems, and is losing her mind.
dedicated to making, I assume, X amount of money by Y date for some reason.
Yeah,
or whatever.
this.
Or is just driven to do it. She seems like
Yeah,
Right,
this
and
is
there's
one of
some
those that's-
ghoul on the phone that she's talking to that's supposed to be like the best of the best, but maybe he's a hallucination.
possibly
Yeah, who
a
knows?
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
This is
exactly.
one that's like, it's a big swing, right? And it's either going to work or not. Where it's like, okay, one person in a room, is this going to be entertaining, right? Is this going to work?
Mhm.
She's apparently the voice
Yeah.
of Gamora in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy video game.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'll give my first blush is just, I found this trailer to be the reverse of all the others, which is most of these trailers made me think a thing I think a lot lately in my life, which is we're so good at trailers now that you can dress up garbage and make it look like you can easily fool me because trailers are very good now. So I wonder, but this one I was like, I like that idea. I like when people are scrappy and inventive with little resources. It looks like they have a lot of different ideas of how to dress the space. I hope it's good. The trailer to me came off super corny and like, we're greedy. It's we're doing
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
And like I was
was-
laughing. Like the initial scam where they showcased, and yet there were all these critical raves.
I
Going,
was
"It's
about to
brilliant, it's
say-
thought-provoking." But the first scam was her going like, "Hello, sir. Will you please give me your credit card number?" And he goes,
Right.
"Okay." And he goes,
It was real. It was
"Boom."
real
And
like
you're what?
1995
I could
hackers.
do
Yeah,
that scam.
Yeah. I will
Yeah,
note, though,
yeah.
it does have
it was
very
real crash
high reviews.
override.
It,
But the critics say that it's very
Yeah,
intelligent. So I think it might.
I
have
agree.
A bad trailer.
I'm not that hyped based off this trailer, but the reviews are people. I mean, I assume whenever a movie comes out and it's running in festivals and stuff, I think that boosts the reviews initially, right? Because it's all people who are literally sitting there next to the people who made it. I imagine.
Sure.
There's a little
yeah.
element of that. Yeah.
Awkward.
But I do.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out the trailer for people because it is getting good reviews, and even if it isn't something that's popping out for us, it might for people listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is getting. Yeah. It's. I don't know. It's a hell of a fucking offer because it's one that you have to get right immediately, right? You have to make the dialogue interesting. You have to make sure, the actress is nailing it. This review says it's a ruthless, intense dive into the stock market world, which okay, yeah, I don't know, man.
Ruthless and intense.
Yeah,
ruthless and intense. Trader.
I guess I'll just say if at this point in human history, like Gordon Gekko is 50 years old, like if the commentary is just that the greed makes her hollow inside and the money doesn't make her happy, I'll be like, yeah. No,
I want a version where it's like, actually,
I feel like that's a little flaccid.
Actually, money's good. It's good. I want to see that.
Right, yeah.
No, I get what you're saying, where it's like, what is there to say that hasn't been said already?
I hope there's some nuance or an insight into some complex level of it or something. I don't know.
Well, let's go to this next one. This is Bitten. Bitten. Yeah, Google that. Whatever Bitten is in French, you're gonna get that. Because let's see, it's like La Morsure. I'm saying that like an asshole.
No, that's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah, Google that.
I'm in awe of your confidence.
This was on a short list of more hype because this is heavily. You can tell from the trailer. Dario Argento is all over this. It's very French. It's a very French movie. It's about a Catholic schoolgirl who is like convinced that she's going to die the next day. It's her last night on Earth. And then she goes out with a friend. And then it looks like shit gets weird based on this trailer.
A little bit.
Something's happening here, Yeah. It's set.
Yeah, without spoiling the plot points, because they basically just start to show trippy imagery, which is very Dario Argento.
It's set in 1967 during Mardi Gras. So that's also... the director also said let the right one in, and Carrie were inspirations. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be fucking something, right? It's not nothing.
Yeah.
I suppose Abe will hate, my creative counterpart will hate that I said this if he hears this episode, but... I guess I'm just an asshole in the sense that French New Wave seems silly and funny to me, like how The Cure seems silly to me, or like it's silly to like The Cure. We did a sketch back in the day called Drama Queen where we sort of ape this style. It's beautifully shot like a French 60s movie, which makes me think it will be really pretentious and boring. That is just my association with this type of thing that looks like this. But if you like French New Wave, man, this looks like that is what it is. Like he just did like, let's just do that.
Yeah, people love this look and chase it, right? I am a fan of this look to some extent. I don't watch it all, and I think it's for the reason you're saying, which is like it can be pretty fucking slow. So I like pick and choose.
I'm worried it'll be mumblecore, but yeah. Or
There's
like
no way to know. There's no way to know
movie
based on this trailer.
I will say YouTube after this served me trailers for two big movies that I was unaware of because of the strike. I have literally not been following. Like I heard you guys mention, I'm not even going to say them, but you know them because I put them in the doc. Man, some of these big movies by these evil studios look really excited for. Some of the trailers YouTube served up of the movies we're not supposed to like.
Oh, yeah, don't mention
I'm not
them.
even going to mention them.
I don't think I...
Yeah, but those both looked good to me.
Oh, yeah, they do look good. I mean, there's good things coming out, you know.
Yeah.
That's...
I'm so confused, you guys. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to say a movie looks good or not.
I'm confused about the rules completely.
For the union guidelines.
But yeah, this is, Bitten... Super French. Tom, what do you didn't weigh in on this one?
Not too much. Yeah, it looks I don't know. It looks I want it to be like the Giallo vibe. But I feel like it's probably I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it's that idea of like Giallo where it's like was that of a time? You know what I mean? Where it's like you can imitate it now, but is it like punk rock where it's like, no, it's 70s and 80s.
It kind of had to be,
Yeah, you had to be there.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I might give this one a shot.
Yeah. Oh, if it's in front of me, I'll take a bite. You know, I'll lick this. But
it looks like it could be nice and creepy.
Yeah, we'll see. This next one is pretty fucking exciting, though.
Yeah.
A bunch of people were tweeting this one at me, to which I say, yeah, I know, guys. I know. Satanic Hispanics.
Yase.
Satanic Hispanics, which is there's the director of Terrified did one of these, director of Dawn of the Dead, and director of Blair Witch Project. Those were the three I recognized. But
it's an anthology film.
Yeah, it's a
horror anthology.
It's exactly what it says.
It's all Latino filmmakers.
Yeah, and there are a lot of really good horror Latino filmmakers.
I love Latin folklore and vibes and culture. It looks fucking rad. I love anthologies of short fiction in any sort of subgenre, like any focus,
sort of,
like Buster Scruggs, like give me Western short stories, give me sci-fi short stories. I just love anthologies.
I just love anthologies.
So I'm very into this.
I'm so excited for this because
make them short and do a
we've
variety.
Been getting Latino like horror has been a thing for a while now, but it's been going strong, and it feels like there should be more of this specific type of anthology. Fuck man, when I first saw this trailer, I was like, yeah, that looks good. And then knowing that, like, I didn't realize they got like the Terrified guy to do one. That's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty wild.
Yeah.
The acting looks good. There looks to be like a healthy variety of shot styles. Like I liked clearly someone did a vampire one that's almost intentionally shitty and dated, and that looks interesting to me. I'm really into
everybody
it.
check this one out, especially if you like the horror. I assume this is coming out. I like the horror.
If you like the horror,
is this coming out around Halloween? I don't know why I'm asking that. Like you guys will have an answer. I'm looking.
I would say
Dia de
yes.
los Muertos.
Yeah, October
Would make
26th,
sense.
which is actually pretty hardcore of them because, as we've talked about, a lot of horror movies come out like the month before so they can be rented. But this one's like, no, you're going into the theater and you're seeing this, you fucks. That's what you're doing.
Get your ass in there.
You will stomp out a fire when you get home, and there will be shit in it, and you'll thank me.
Speaking of shit, this last one is.
Okay, so you're aware,
I wasn't enamored by this trailer. Slotherhouse. It is a horror movie about a sloth. Slotherhouse.
Yep.
No. It's a horror movie about a pun, and it's not a good pun, you guys.
Yeah, it's not a
bad pun.
Slotherhouse.
It's awkward and clumsy.
It was one where they're like,
they came up with
like,
the title,
obviously.
and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, of course we're gonna make this. How could we not make
it?
This?
Looks like a real.
But they can't even pay off the basic bullshit that you would do with that premise. For example, when the sloth kills people, it's normal speed. Fuck you! Like you don't even know what you're doing with your shitty thing.
Have it slowly kill them.
It looks like a real Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. This looks like a real piece of shit.
I mean,
absolutely. Looks like they bought
what I'll say
a
is
little sloth puppet. Little sloth puppet.
Like, we got to do something. I bought it when I was drunk, man.
We got to make a movie out of it.
The people behind this aren't from like the Cranking It Out universe. You know what I mean? Not jacking off, but like, cranking out movies.
That universe I'm very interested
so like
in,
this might be a work of passion for all we know, but it's going to be this is a hard ask for me where I'm like,
this is tough.
Yeah, I get it. It's like, it's the Sharknado of it all where it's like, it's too on the nose.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's a hard line to walk, right? Cocaine Bear is one where you're like, like you're trying to be cheeky, but I think that one had enough talent behind it and was just a straight up comedy. This feels like it's designed to be laughed at, but it's not like the problem.
Right, that was heightening a news story. Yeah, this just is a bad idea.
The problem with horror movies that are made specifically to be laughed at is that that's not fun. It's fun to laugh at things that are
in
like
earnest.
Don't laugh. Yeah. It's Birdemic 1 versus Birdemic 2. Birdemic 1 didn't know what it was, and so like that movie took itself surprisingly seriously, whereas this is just like, isn't this wacky? And it's like, yeah, I guess it's a sloth.
Horror and comedy, I think, as genres actually work incredibly well because laughter and fear are like opposite sides of that compulsive coin. Like it's a behavior that you're compelled into suddenly. And, if you're scared, we all know the tense laugh, the like, oh, a tension break laugh. So they work well when you take both earnestly and you alternate them. They work well combined. They don't work well when you're trying to do them as one thing. And that's when you get like Blood and Honey and Birdemic and that stuff. Well, I mean, Birdemic is a different thing because that's failure porn.
That person apparently, there was a point where he had to be told, like, this is funny.
And an unfortunate, like, Slotherhouse doesn't even look bad enough to be like that. Like, unfortunately, I would say they execute it fine. Technically, it looks like they actually tried to make a funny movie about a killer sloth, and that's going to be
unless
boring
it's legitimately
as shit,
funny. But nothing in the trailer looked.
In a world where there are unproduced screenplays like Kitten and Planet Fire, jeez, this would, it's in the same like arena of trying to do something clever with
this
horror,
is
but it's
real
just like
basic.
They walked in the room and tripped.
I have
over
a question
their
about
dicks.
horror comedies. I know I don't find horror comedies usually scary. Like, they're usually I mean good ones. Like, I'm not saying they're bad for this. I'm saying that whenever I watch a good horror comedy, it's usually good because of the comedy, and then the horror is just fun. I don't think I've ever really been scared by them. Maybe Jordan Peele has done it. But like rarely do horror comedies actually do the horror part to me.
I do feel like you have to lean one way or the other. Like, Get Out is funny, but it's definitely more scary. And then most horror comedies, like you say, are scary, but they're
like,
more funny.
Movies like Ready or Not, where it's
For
like, I'm
sure.
having a lot of fun watching this. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Like it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's good, but I'm not scared, and I don't need to be.
I will say recently, and I think I might just also be on a Lee Pace kick, but and it wasn't my favorite movie in either category, but Bodies, Bodies, Bodies stands out as a movie that kind of does hit 50-50.
Interesting.
Like, I'm not saying the funny parts were the funniest ever, but I did find myself half the time feeling like I'm in a comedy and half the time feeling like I was genuinely
Bodies.
tense.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was.
I think
it's
low key really good.
It's even when you kind of like, once you like, everybody has a different point when they realize what the thing is, and I do think like it's everybody will realize it at a different point, and it still makes the movie fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. I got to rewatch that one. That one's a lot of fun. Cool. Yeah. Those are trailers. We ended on Slotherhouse.
Slotherhouse. Finish it off for us, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we got some news stories, but first we got some patron producers to thank. Thank you to Deborah is awesome, Barbara is great, and Cancer can go to hell. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dracula the bus driving vampire.
Toot toot.
Thank you to Driftless, aka Gooch Cock.
Thank you.
And thank you to E.T. the extravagant terresticle.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Evil Ed 209.
Thank you.
Thank you to Exploding Rooms.
Thank you.
Thank you to Funky J Mostly Comes Out at Night. Mostly.
Thank you.
Thank you to Heathcliff's Helping Handfuls.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to ImpossibleWorlds.net. Read issue 2 and keep sci-fi alive.
Thank you.
Thank you to James Cameron's Prolapse Locomotive.
Thank you. Let me jump in here. Thank you to Chris Shanovich.
Thank
you to Look Mom on a podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mabel Step on Me.
Step on me.
Thank you to Mackenzie Fuck Shuffling with Willem Dafoe's Confusing a Large Dick Chill.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mercurial Oz.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mike the Lurker.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mr. Tell Your Wife how many Patreon subscriptions you have before you agree to buy a house.
Thank you.
Thank you to musical guest Rob Ritchie.
Thank you.
Thank you to No One Can Hear You Scream and Space McNulty.
Thank you.
And thank you to Norm from Cheers.
Norm. Barbie made $1 billion.
Yep.
First woman director to make $1 billion. Is that correct?
I'm not sure.
Apparently, it broke a bunch of records. Yeah,
that's the
news It says 28 people have 28 men and 1 woman have made $1 billion movie.
Cool.
And yeah, it also, I think, is like the fastest Warner Brothers movie, I think, is the idea. I don't know. The point is that the movie did very, very well. That's it. And I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you name those 28 men, Dave? No, I'm just kidding. Who Directed.
Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig.
I'm woefully.
Greta Gerwig. Have
ignorant
neither of you
Barbie
seen
movie.
it?
Okay. I've completely not followed Barbie movie.
It's a
No, I've
delight.
not seen it or followed anything about it. I know people. I listened to your episode on it. That's my.
I
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds really subversive.
It isn't.
And
It isn't because
deconstructionist and all
I
that
think
good
one of the
stuff.
signs that the Barbie movie is doing very well is when all the right wing ghouls were like it hates men, and then there were like other right wing ghouls were like no, it's actually against wokeness, and then all other people are like no, it's not that at all, and it's
which means it is riding the line by being broad
exactly.
enough that it can be
definitely isn't against woken.
Yeah.
You know, it's not agreeing with right
That's how you
wing
make $1
people, but
billion,
it is
you know?
like about human. It's not a political movie. It's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it's not trying to take a side. It's just trying to talk about a very human experience.
But it's always interesting when something is obviously very consciously not political, not because the creators don't have political beliefs, but because they want to make $1 billion. And that you can't.
It manages to be
offend
not
people if
political
that's
while
your goal.
still being like about stuff that matters. If that makes sense. It's still very basic, but
Sure.
yeah, it's a good movie. Made $1 billion. It makes
Sweet.
sense.
Good for them.
I'm sure they'll make like 4 more, and they'll all be terrible.
Here come so many
Mattel movies. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Mattel movies. Great. Thanks,
Yeah.
Greta.
That is
gonna be-
absolutely what they're doing.
It's
The audiences have spoken. They want Mattel movies. Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
It's their
Mattel
sheer love
brand
of the
is
Mattel brand is what
that's what
propelled
did
it
it.
to success.
Did everybody see I Think You Should Leave season 3?
Yes.
The woman who makes the bad
That I
breath
have
joke,
seen.
that seminar, and then is just riding that wave until she. Yeah, that's what it is, right? It's like everybody's like, "Yeah, Barbie," and they're like, "Oh, okay, all right." I'm gonna drive this into the ground
I
then.
see. Okay. And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah, settle
don't get
down.
too excited now, fella.
We like this specific movie. So some union striking news. Marvel visual effects artists have voted to unionize.
Good.
And like, yeah, I was about to say, thank fucking Christ.
Yeah, holy shit.
They've been
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, let's just get the Kalki guys over to Scab.
they've been
They do
man,
good work.
Marvel's been using these people up.
They're the worst. They're the worst in the industry.
Yeah.
They're the faceless army that actually brought us this whole renaissance of comic book
And
culture.
I don't know. I wish they got to have done it 10 years ago. But better late than never.
Yeah. I got to tell an anecdote that's a mutual filmmaker friend of Abe and ours. Abe's mainly through USC, who's edited a bunch of famous movies you would know and also was a VFX artist. And I'm not going to name him just because he didn't give me permission to tell this anecdote, but, and I know it's not Marvel, he worked on VFX for one of the Star Wars prequels, like the pod racer sequence, a very key like sequence of shots. It took 6 months. It gave him carpal tunnel in both his wrists, and he spent all the money he made recuperating at a special camp from the crippling carpal tunnel, which took another 6 months. And it was like he ended up breaking even. It was a net zero. And he's like, so really your pay is that you get to
Your
go to the
pay
movie
is
and go, look,
exposure.
I did that. And it's like, that's not good
you
enough.
should also get
you
paid.
should get paid.
This
also.
industry is so fucking predatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have health coverage.
This industry
and
is
shit.
just
Jesus.
madness.
It's
It really
garbage.
is.
It's absolute garbage.
It really is just like a handful of people doing money laundering, right? At the expense of a bunch of other people who just want to. Yeah.
Who are full of dreams and they love
is
art.
one of the easiest groups of people to fucking rip off. It's like a cult.
Because honestly, you know, our friends, our cohorts in this way of life, within 5 years, you're aware that it's bullshit. But you still have dreams and you still love art, so you deal with it anyway.
Right? No. If there wasn't a strike right now, and like I'm not even a big fan. If Lucasfilm was like, write a Star Wars, we'll give you nothing and maybe we'll make it, I'd be like, right away, yeah.
You'd go, of
exactly.
course. Can I polish
it's like
your
everybody
shoes?
fucking wants
Whoever,
it.
Yeah.
Because
the payment for a
That's
lot of people
Hollywood,
is like
baby.
just getting to immortalize your work, right?
yeah. And you know what? That's because that is how satisfying it can be to execute something creatively. Like we love it for
very
a reason.
easy
It's
to take
super
advantage
fun.
of.
Yeah, really easy to plunder.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so I'm so glad these people, because I hope this is one domino to this entire fucking, and this is going to
the
make
whole industry
the
needs to
middle
be
of the
torn
chain,
up.
yeah.
And
this is going to make movies better, especially this.
Yes.
When people complain about shitty CGI, there's always this reverse thing, right? Where they go like, oh, they want more money, but what about this dumb line in this TV show? And it's like, you got that dumb line in the TV show because the producers were going towards, they were paying as little as possible. And so it's like, if you want, you know people are going to do that, right? They're going to show shitty CGI and go like, these people want a raise. And it's like,
also, usually that, right, of course. But look at Thanos in this shot, looks shitty. And it's like, okay, but also that dumb line is based on like a thread of a thread of a thread off of this cornucopia of media that you that you fucking love. So don't look at the worst moment. Look at the best moments you've ever had in this universe.
But then it's also
those.
like those worst moments.
That's how you should look at
bad
it.
CGI has to do with the fact that they go for the lowest bidder
and
they take the
crunch,
worst.
Yeah,
Exactly.
push
So
them
it's
all
like
night
if
and
you
they
actually
run out of
paid
time,
artists
right.
well, you get better art. That's the whole fucking point of this, right?
Yeah, and if they had unions that protect against crunch and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And if they got to take their time to make this stuff, it's like when people complain when a video game's delayed, you know?
Yeah,
And
it's
like
eat shit. Yeah, you can delay your gratification. Yeah,
Like, it's so hard to do. You make one, man. You fucking make one. Yeah. Call your shot now. When will it be available, asshole? Tell me now. What date? What date can I buy your video game?
Ridiculous. But yeah, congratulations to the Marvel VFX people for unionizing. I expect the immediate strike to be happening next.
Oh yeah, I'm
God,
sure.
they are also like, you hear all these things about these companies just like desperately trying to get AI going, just like, fuck, please. It's like, not good enough. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they're like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? And you're like, not really, dude. And they're like, well, it's gotta be.
Speaking of which, speaking of going to other places, this is delightful news. Well, not delightful, but it's like, I'm glad this is happening. Netflix is fighting with the Korean actors because Netflix, their whole thing was, okay, I guess let's just go to another country and grab all their content. Yep.
All their cheap shit. And they're like, well, if our shit makes you $1 billion, we want
exactly.
some.
That's
like,
why we came to you.
Whole
Curses!
We have the internet. We see what you're doing. So now local unions in Korea are being like, we would like to also talk to you about AI and getting paid.
Participate in the process.
So
right, because
I'm hoping
Squid
they
Game
go on
remains
strike.
the biggest show in Netflix's
And
catalog.
the creator made nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I hope they fucking strike. I hope they cut off the supply over there and, corner them a little more until they start fucking paying people. So they aren't on strike, but they are right now like, hey, Netflix over here. And Netflix is refusing to meet with them. Seems like the next step is obvious there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
Everybody should go on strike, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it,
I'm
Dave.
refusing to speak because I've given
there's-
up on the show. Yeah, I'm striking.
He's better at striking than us, Dave.
Yep. There's who else is on strike? I know there's South Carolina, Southern California hotel workers are on strike now, right? Didn't UPS get what they wanted?
They caved. Yeah, you can't fuck with them, dude. What do you?
Good.
Yeah, you're screwed.
No, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Yeah, not have UPS.
Yeah, I'm glad there's some are working. Some of the strikes, but I hope they keep going.
Isn't like city workers in LA on strike? Did I read that wrong?
I don't know. I don't know what your eyes
I know,
were,
but I'm on strike. This is a work stoppage action right now.
Yeah, we're just all gonna just sit here. We're all gonna sit here.
quitting.
This is going well. This is going well.
Yeah.
Yep. LA city workers went on strike this week.
Cool. They should get whatever they want. It's time. It's fucking time. Like they you know, the scales tipped so much now where it's like, you know, people can't fucking afford to live. What else is going to happen here?
Yeah.
It's fucking
yeah.
Yeah, it's time.
Yep.
It's yeah. Sons of bitches, let's get them all.
Let's do it, man.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I've
and
been
if all
ready.
that happens is everything grinds to a halt and billionaires are like, oh no, the economy stopped growing, I didn't make more money, it's like, you're so fucking lucky. Like in any other time in human history, your head would be chopped off. If all that happens is you lose some of your money, then the system works. Like that is, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
be
I think
grateful.
someone tweeted that, right? Like, you guys realize that the system we have is in exchange of us
This
not
is the
like dragging them
safest
out of
way
their
we can
houses.
make our will known
Like-
to you. Like we're doing you a service.
Yeah, exactly. Like you seem to forget how we got here. Like the process that got us to these agreements. There's a reason, and you need to honor the reason. So yeah, fucking cough it up.
Yep. Goddamn dragons.
Yeah. Should we thank some more
speaking of coughing
producers?
it
I
up,
think we should.
Thank you. Thank you all for this. Thank you to Pete Vorpagel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to Numenal Ultra Microscopic Silical Volcano Coniosis Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to pre-order TikTok superstar Jason Parton's new book, Zoe's Too Drunk for This Dystopia. Pre-orders are super important.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to RevMD.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ricky Cilantro.
Hey, thank you.
Richard Cilantro. Thank you to Rosemary's Baby from Eraserhead.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you to Screaming Horse Pyramid. Thank you. Thank you to Sorry Cop, world's most laughable centrist.
Thank you.
Thank you to Steven.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to the conveniently placed self-destruct button on the top of every baby's head.
So
Thank you.
very convenient.
Yeah. Thank you to the Midnight Patron with patrons at midnight. Thank
you. All right, let me jump in here. Thank you to the Oatmeal Savage.
Thank
Thank
you.
you to the producer formerly known as the Ghost of Dave Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you to the 2B Terror Bunny says support workers, egg David Zaslav. Thank you to these 7 Bs.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tiger Drawers, Pratt Thompson, raindrops keep falling on my head.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tip Drizzle.
Thank you.
Thank you to Tux.
Thank you.
Thank you to Vincent with a Y.
Thank you.
Thank you to Why Don't You Take a Flying Fuck at the Moon?
Moon.
Thank you to your mom.
Thank you.
And thank you to Zzz, because Pie Guy liked being last. Oh, man. Dave,
What?
it's hard to say because it's been just a horn of plenty, a cornucopia of trailers of films that deserve more hype. But Dave, do you perhaps have one last movie that deserves more hype?
I do.
I
really do.
You beautiful bastard.
The question on all your minds is like, this is all hype movie. What could be the special boy of them
And
all?
you're right.
What could I single
Your
out?
choice is
Yep.
correct.
My choice is correct. Absolutely. Folks, this is called PF. PF, I believe it's some other country. I should know, right? I should have looked that up.
PIAFFE.
Yeah, like P as fuck. PIAFFE. Let me look up the fucking country, which I
Germany,
you know,
I thought,
should
from
have
the
known.
language of the actors.
Oh, Germany sounds about
It's also
right. This
kinky,
feels
so maybe
German
that's where I was
shit.
getting that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is German. This is a German English film. It is about it's an erotic movie about a woman growing a horsetail.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And-
it's kind of
And
it.
Doing horseplay.
But I think importantly,
doing horseplay.
it's not body horror. It's actually, and this is a unique offer to me, and reminded me of our own movie, Papa
Yeah.
Bear, in a real way. Totally different vibes, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
trying to normalize the fact that, and I totally stand behind this. Whatever gets you off, man. Like if you're both having a good
Yeah.
time. Your life is
One
short.
review called
Fuck
it-
however you want.
Yeah.
So this is an uplifting movie about a woman turning into a horse, and you know what? She likes it. Fuck you. She's having a good time.
Yeah. One of the reviews called it body pleasure,
It's awesome.
not body
Yeah.
horror.
yeah.
So it's about a woman now named Eva who is doing who's a Foley artist, which is a hell of
Awesome
a
offer.
that's
Yeah.
just like a cool beginning. And she's doing horse sounds for the Foley art. And then she starts growing a tail, and it is her like sexual awakening. There's a scene apparently where she gets erotically choked by the tail. It's a sex movie. It's sex horse stuff. Sex horse. That's what. Yeah. It's the movie. Yeah. It's shot on 16 millimeter. It's coming out. Did I say August 25th? A limited release on streaming as well. And that's kind of all I know about the movie. She grows an honest to God horse tail. You see it in the trailer. She's like brushing
There's
it.
talk
like
about
a beautiful little
ferns
horse.
and how ferns don't abide by gender norms. She obviously has an affair with a fairly intentionally androgynous other actor, and they neigh at each other. I think it's cool. I think it'll
they
be
sure do.
Yeah, they sure do go.
They sure do neigh at each other
in a horny way.
Yeah. Good for them.
It was the most erotic way you can do that is how they did it.
I've never seen oats munched so hornily.
So turgidly. Snapping into that celery.
Just an erection slowly rising from some steel cutouts.
One of the reviews says that the actress, the other movie she was in was called The Untamed, which involves making love to an octopus.
This is her deal. Yeah.
This is her beat.
She's
man.
like, you need an animal fucker. I'm the one. Pick me. Yeah. I mean, everybody has to check out this trailer. I don't know if it's for everybody, but like, there's sexy movies are a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And this is a horse sexy movie. So if that's your thing, then this is definitely for you. But it also just seems
what
fun
are you
and
waiting
weird.
for if that's your thing?
No, yeah. If you
should be all over this.
Literally like out the door trying to find the movie right now.
Yeah.
I love the idea of body pleasure, of doing like a body transformation, but they like it. That's fun because it definitely is like the same. They say that the tail like slowly. It's first just a little stub, like she goes to the doctor, and it's like a bone that's growing. Like it's the same as body horror.
I feel like body horror also
cool.
all dates back to Kafka's Metamorphosis. So now I'm imagining like a version of Kafka where he wasn't tortured and unhappy his whole life, and he wrote a thing where he wakes up and his dick is huge and he's handsome now, and he's like, this is great. I have wings and shit, claws. This is awesome.
Yeah. It's
a world we would live in.
It's true. Yeah. If only.
Yeah.
If only he'd had a big dick in that cockroach dream.
Right. Would have changed everything.
Would have changed everything.
Are you a big cockroach?
I was a cockroach,
in there?
but
well,
I was
I'm not
really
a
hung.
roach, but
Oh man, yeah. So fucking PIAFFE, Piaf. Check it out. It's super German. Sexy horsetail.
Mm-hmm.
How can you say no? Bring the whole
really
family.
can.
Gallop, don't trot to Piaf. How can you say nay?
So many horse puns. They better be in all the all the whole movie. They all need to be in there.
Wall to wall horse puns.
Yeah.
We need an Alien versus Predator situation called Slotherhouse, where it's this chick just fighting off sloths.
That's pretty awesome. So yeah, that's it. That's all. I mean, this is one's pretty fucking self-evident.
Yeah,
it's like there's nothing like special. Like and the twist is this. No. This is the movie. It's like it feels like you do a double feature with this and fucking Titan.
Totally.
In many ways, it's the movie you've been waiting for, Dave, since we started doing this.
Yeah, no, this movie speaks directly to me. Of course it does. How could it not?
Oh,
fucking
man.
Horse.
Goddamn horse.
Horse
movies.
She's a horse.
She is. She's a horse. She's turning into a horse. And that's a sode. We've done it.
That is.
We have
when you're
done
just
it.
muttering horse 8 times, that's a sode. Horse. She is a horse. What fun. Thank you. This is an especially fun one because I never would have seen any of this shit except Slotherhouse, which I was already aware of because mediocrity rises to the top.
Oh, man. Of course.
Yeah, thank you for being
Thank you so much for doing the show.
This was
Thank
a
you.
delight. You wanna plug more stuff?
Just the same one again, patreon.com/smallbeans. Or if you don't know us at all, just search Small Beans wherever you get podcasts. And then there's a really good podcast I just discovered called Evil Men. I'll recommend that. It's very funny. It has the identical premise to Behind the Bastards, but these people don't know each other, so I think it's okay.
That's really funny. I want them to find each other and have to fight.
Well,
I want to like
from listening to them, I think Robert would wreck these dudes. But our guy would win.
All right. I mean, what's important is that they fight.
That's right.
You know, you do that.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We also have a Patreon. Patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. GAMEFULLY unemployed. That's our Patreon. We watch movies every Friday night with our patrons. We do exclusive podcasts with the small beans like Spiel Boys and Star Trek The Next Futurama. We also have Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. It's all for $5 a month. Check that out. We have custom, like, we just watch tiers, all sorts of stuff. We have a Discord community. That's it. All that stuff.
Yeah, it's all pretty great. We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com. You can find a link to our Teespring store where we have all kinds of cool original artwork and designs. You can get on t-shirts, mugs, stickers, posters, all sorts of things. So slap your little horse peepers onto that.
Swipe your horse tails on there.
Yep.
And you can, if you Google horse, you can actually listen to a horse. It's like one of the first things. I didn't know they do that. Okay, sorry.
All right.
Hold on.
No, that's important information.
Stop the podcast. Horses. I Googled horses, and it gave me the little audio thing in the top left, like listen to horse. It's the sound of a horse trotting. That doesn't seem right, right? Like you'd want to neigh. Like if you Google an animal, they're like, don't you want to hear what its feet sounds like?
It's not the sound of it walking.
Yeah.
Like if you clicked lion, it wouldn't be the sound of it walking through the forest.
Exactly. What the fuck? Google, get your shit together. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. You can find more of his artwork at instagram.com/mvbramleyart. Our episode artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.